rotor bug bit me back in the 80s. Nobody really knew a lot about Mazdas and Rotaries and things like that back then. Little RX3 was a 10A RX3, genuine stocker, put a 13B 5-speed gearbox on the back of it, and I thought it was just king. And that really impressed me as to where we could go. Things have definitely changed. So after we got out of the circuit bug, I realised for our business that drag racing was the place to go. You had the crowds and literally you would go out and race the car on a Friday night or a Saturday or a Sunday, and people would see what you do and they would come, and nobody knew what these Rotaries were all about back then. So it had its wow factor, but I had an orange RX3, and that RX3 was one of the first cars in Australia that it could wheel stand, it could sit on the back wheels to nearly half track, and everybody loved it. That car basically put us on the map. We established ourselves in the industry. The little orange car got up on the wall, and we like to refer to it now as untouchable, because regardless of all the Rahayams, they could never beat it. Anthony Rodrigues is the name that's in front of Maztech. Maztech is a lot of people. It's also like, Lino Alessi, my engine builder, he's been there since day one. I think everything has changed. It could also be now the cost as well. Whereas these days, you've got so much stress on the engines, it's an expensive sport. I think today, I've stayed a little bit back, and I've got plenty of other things. I've had Australian and world records with dyno records with Holden V8s, I think with Eddie Tassoni. I've still got the Holden pump fuel record. I've just finished door slammers. I've travelled all over the world tuning in Brunei, New Zealand, all over the world, Puerto Rico. A lot of the Puerto Ricans that were there first, I gave a good friend of mine, Sigel Torres, was the first guy to ever run a 6. We were heavily involved with that car. Not many people know that. Just finished this morning doing a time attack car. Amazing industry, amazing cars, amazing technology. We do off-roaders. I've got Robert Knott, who's for years, for the last 3 or 4 years, has had Australian titles and that with off-road buggies, and we've been involved with 6 cylinders. We've been involved in dyno competitions. We've been involved in, like, as I said, door slam. Nearly if it's got a steering wheel, it's got an engine, we've done it in the last 15, 20 years. You might not see my face for a while. You might not see my name for a while. Occasionally it'll pop up and do that, and we like to think and we like to know that for a long time with the Cougar, we'd leave it at home for 2 years. First pass, we'd whop ya. That's what we did. We've done it for a long time. Now that doesn't come from nothing. So we come home and we're still working, we're still developing, we're running the dyno all the time. Lino's trying different clearances, different porting, different turbochargers, different fuels, we're full-time on it. All of that history all goes, it has a flavour about research and development for us to be able to put into customers' cars. We pretty much do the lot. Where are we at today? There is still just as many RX3s, RX2s, RX4s, mini tubs, street tyres, street cars. Basically, we've got the ability here. We've built cars from full tube pro cars from nothing to Australian title holders to record holders. We focus on reliability. We won't take shortcuts. We've learnt. We do have specialised associated with us in every different style of engine, all the GTRs and Nissans, that stuff. There was an outlaw meeting last weekend, 2 RBs. One took the fastest two-wheel drive and the other one took the fastest 4-wheel drive. They were both cars that I just finished tuning. So we do all in-house, all our exhausts, our engines, our wiring. We've got a full-time auto electrician. What I find with Mazdas and these older style modified cars, whether it be worth $5,000 or $500,000, they are gold to their owners, just like mine are to me. So we try and appreciate that and go with you where you want to be with it. Whatever you like. Basically, from the minute you start looking through the paper to find your car, please call us first so we can advise you from the start.